All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on some of Hollywood's latest drama. We're talking everything from social media feuds that just completely spiral out of control to some very public breakups and even the strange art of the celebrity comeback.
So, we've got three big stories for you. First, an online battle between two huge beauty moguls. Then, we'll get into the messy fallout from an A-list divorce. And finally, we'll look at one couple's, let's just say, unconventional attempt to win back the public.
Okay, first up, we've got a classic case of social media shade. We're diving into the whole Selena Gomez versus Hailey Bieber thing. You know, a feud that really proves that even the tiniest online action can have some absolutely massive consequences. So, how much trouble can one little repost really cause? Well, turns out, a lot. At the very heart of all this drama is a single repost. Fans are in an uproar, accusing Selena Gomez's brand, Rare Beauty, of sharing a video that just tears into Hailey Bieber's appearance and her brand Rhode. And this isn't just some surface-level thing. The video is basically a deep dive into Hailey's alleged cosmetic procedures. You can imagine, it's just adding fuel to an already super fiery online feud.
And this is where it gets really interesting, right? It's like a case of digital deja vu. Because on one side, you have Team Gomez pointing to this alleged Rare Beauty repost. But then, Team Bieber is firing back, reminding everyone about that time Hailey supposedly reposted a video about her own marriage struggles, something, by the way, she later completely denied. So what you've got is this feeling that both sides are kind of using social media as a weapon, and they're just trapped in this never-ending cycle of online drama.
And this online war isn't staying contained online. Not at all. It's actually spilling over into Selena's real personal life. All this negativity is just fueling all these rumors and wild speculation about her new marriage to musician Benny Blanco.
But, amidst all that heavy drama, there was this moment of just pure, unintentional comedy at their wedding. And it's all thanks to the one and only, the legendary Martin Short, and a very, very unfortunate case of mistaken pastry identity.
So here's how the Great Cake incident went down. Martin Short, he spots this small wedding cake. He just assumes, oh, that's a little cake for my section. So he takes his fork and just cuts a huge slice. And then screams. People are screaming. He realizes, oh no, that wasn't just a cake. That was the official wedding cake. The chef literally had to perform emergency cake surgery just an hour before they were supposed to present it. You can't make this stuff up.
But here's the best part, honestly. How did Selena react? She was apparently a total pro about the whole thing. Martin Short says she just laughed it off and later came up to him and was like, hey Marty, I heard you tried to eat my cake. It just goes to show. Seems like nothing was going to ruin her big day. Not even a full-on cake catastrophe.
All right, let's shift gears now to a totally different kind of Hollywood story. We're going to talk about the unraveling of a marriage, specifically the split between country superstar Keith Urban and the incredible Oscar winner Nicole Kidman.
So, the key points here. The breakup is officially happening, and it's getting kind of messy. While the official reason cited was just growing apart, the whole narrative has really shifted now that Keith has reportedly moved in with a new girlfriend, and so quickly. Suddenly, it's not just about them. Family loyalties are being drawn, and it's all playing out in the court of public opinion.
And Nicole, for her part, has been really candid about just how devastatingly painful this has all been. She's basically said, look, you're gonna feel broken, but if you move gently and slowly through it, it does pass. She's really emphasizing that healing is just gonna take an enormous amount of time.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Keith Urban is reportedly working on what you might call his heartbreak album. A very different approach, right? He's channeling all this into his work. It's a classic musician move, a way to process the pain, sure, but one that he also knows will probably sell a lot of records. Okay, let's talk about this number, 30. That is the alleged age gap in years between a 58-year-old Keith Urban and his new 28-year-old girlfriend. And you better believe this is the detail that's just fueling that public narrative of a classic midlife crisis.
And what's really crucial here is that the kids are caught right in the middle of this. Reports are claiming their two teenage daughters have refused to even meet the new girlfriend. They're apparently siding firmly with their mom, Nicole, and have even cited their father's fiery temper as a reason. That's a pretty powerful statement about where they feel safest.
All right, for our final story, we're looking at a different kind of public drama, the rebrand. Specifically, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. They're trying to solve a classic Hollywood problem. How do you get back in the public's good graces after being linked to some serious controversy? So how do you do it? How do you get back into the public eye after that? Well, their solution is,
Let's just call it unconventional. After laying low for a bit, they are now strategically re-entering the mainstream, and believe me, their method is definitely turning some heads.
So what's their method? It seems to be leaning hard into just bizarre, headline-grabbing confessions. Remember their infamous comments about not showering daily? Well, Ashton doubled down with this unforgettable and very specific quote, "I wash pits and tits and holes and souls." I mean, what can you even say to that? It's basically oversharing as a PR strategy.
But don't think this is just random weirdness. Oh no, this is a very calculated press tour. Ashton's promoting a new project, one that required him to get back into shape. So it's a classic Hollywood playbook, right? You get a physical transformation and you pair it with these shocking personal anecdotes to get people talking about you, not the controversy.
And as part of this, he's also sharing stories about past vulnerabilities, like the time he was fired by the one and only Tom Ford from a Gucci campaign because he was too fat. And how much did he weigh? 178 pounds. It's a story designed to make him seem more human, more relatable, and also a stark reminder of just how brutal that industry can be.
So what's the takeaway here? The strategy seems pretty clear. Embrace the strange, embrace the controversial, and reclaim the narrative. They're using over-the-top honesty and these really bizarre stories to get the public's attention back on their own terms. For better or for worse, that's the plan.
So, at the end of the day, what does this all tell us? From social media reposts to divorce albums and, well, bathing habits, all these stories really pull back the curtain on the immense pressure of living your life under a microscope. It really leaves you with one final thought, one big question. In an age of constant scrutiny, is a celebrity's life ever truly their own?